with light to here. We're here with a little bit of an impromptu. We'll be able to do some reading, but also if energy does permit. But in addition, just some astrology talk because we're moving through some really major transits here, so to speak. Actually, tomorrow we have a really big one coming up, so I again wanted to touch base here today, right before we do settle into those energies officially. So let's jump into it, and I'm actually filming this on, we're live, yes, yay, okay. Hello, Gina. Hello, Samantha. And thank you all so much for tuning in here to you. We're here on the 14th, and so hi Visa, hello, hello Antonios, Gina, love and light to you guys, Rihanna. So all right, yes, we're on the 14th here of August 2020, and all the signs, power, and power is an intrusive focus on this time and again, time is for illusion as well. So keep this in mind, of course, whenever you happen to watch this. Right, it may resonate at the time that you do sort of connect with the energies, when you connect with the energies. So, whatever does come through, it's never like, oh, this is happening on this day, so it's be all end all on that day. And if it doesn't happen on that, it's not necessarily right. I don't really confine energy, and so at least with the reading. So all right, let's jump into it though. Dear Aries in here, Aries. How many of you are Aries here? But I want to talk first about astrology. We'll just sort of touch base on that. For how many of you is this like kind of cool, interesting? Hi, Nathan. Hello, Britt. Carl. Hello. Nohemil. Very cool. So, because it provides, I feel, the context, right, to certain things that we might be experiencing, and it's like, what is that? I haven't been feeling that way in a long time. What's that? What's that? What's up with that? It might not actually be your energy, so that's also important to know. So let's jump into it. Before we begin, right, we can kind of say long-term cycles that we've been moving through. Pluto is still retrograde. Still. Then we got Jupiter. Yeah, still retrograde as well. Alright, that's 2 on the list. Alright. Saturn. Also still retrograde. And these are long terms of these are slow moving planets relatively. Everything's relative. But general shift planets, Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, talking about long-term cycles in and of themselves. When they go retrograde, really, retrograde brings things up for review from the past, things that are sort of unresolved. We're talking about large-scale changes here. We even like review, things that they're not held within this lifetime. Okay, so you might find, like, even in your work position, you're like in your company, let's say, whatever industry you're in, you're like, what is this? This is not even like my story, and like I feel like I'm involved in it. So you might be playing some sort of pivotal role actually in certain societal functions, larger, broader topics of conversation where you might not actually be involved in that space, front hand, first and center. But you find that maybe that theme or that topic has come up for you in your line of work. So we'll keep that in mind. It's kind of interesting. And so, things even, let's say, passive energy really coming up as well for you, especially when Pluto's involved. Pluto loves to dig and just keep digging. You pass the surface of the dirt. I know, it's my job. Yo, you're hitting on the tomb now. Okay, yes. Not important. I think there's something in the tomb, you gotta open it. Pluto, are you freaking for real? Yeah, Pluto's like not joking around. when at least when it's called up to the stage. And I was like, I gotta find what is also really at hand. So, that's really the nature of Pluto. And when it's retrograde, in addition to Jupiter, in addition to Saturn. Okay, now why is tomorrow early? Big deal. Because today 14th, right? Of August, we are right into that sort of pivot period where then Uranus also officially goes retrograde. And it's not to be like, oh my god, fear everyone. No, never, no fear. But there is a shift, and so it is important, it might be helpful to know, well, wow, okay, so something has been building, and then it kind of like is now sort of turning in a new I'm hearing in a new direction. And the way I can describe it is kind of like, let's say you're at sea, right? And let's say you use like a huge boat, like a cruise liner, okay, like lots of people on the boat, and you've been moving at a certain speed and certain capacity, number of so-called people in that space, and you're moving collectively towards, in a certain direction in the ocean. And then imagine, like, okay, like you start getting signals. Okay, captain's like, all right, so everyone just want to let you know, like, we're getting ready to also turn our direction. We're getting ready to move in a new way. Okay, and I just want to let you know, because you might sort of feel something on the ship. Okay, so all right, that's kind of the vibe. When we're working with these energies, Uranus, real long-term cycles. We've been moving in a certain direction for a real long time here, right? Okay, so now we're starting getting ready, and in addition to the waves of Jupiter retro, Saturn retro, Pluto, you can feel the momentum in a really strong way. You might find, wow, it brings you way back to the past. And Uranus, speaking of society, so you might find things come up for review, and it's just, you know, on a certain level, it's not relevant to you, but you feel like, well, I gotta address this, I gotta talk about this. So in me, it could be something, not to say it's not meaningful, but it's just, you know, kind of for a number of you, I'm hearing it comes out of nowhere, and Uranus is wonderful in that way of surprising us. Yeah, wonderful, the surprise thing. You know, innovative thinking as well. There's always like different sort of scales at which we can see certain energies, and depending on the frequency. For example, Pluto, incredibly powerful magnetic energy for regeneration. Sometimes though, it can channel in the way of you know, power play. Okay, and that's, you know, we can work with power consciously, but when it just kind of is like becomes a topic that we're not really discussing as well, then it can kind of it can overtake the conversation. So I don't know what that's alluding to, but you know, Pluto with Uranus both retro might be something to touch upon. Okay, no, I'm not even talking about transits, just the fact that these are retrograde, and so you get into the nuances of how not to say that they're not important, but you know, when you have those like micro sort of transits or really build up, especially with these long-term generational planets, you know, you'll have those like finer minutiae of the shifts energetically, but we're talking about the major cycles here. So Uranus here has been pre-shadow. Now this is really important because every planet, right, that does go retrograde has a pre-shadow period and a post-shadow period. The actual retrograde cycle, believe it or not, sometimes is, as I found it, a little more easy to move through than the pre-shadow, even the post-shadow. That's like the intro and the sort of the exiting stage, the sort of the trailing out of that energy space. By the time we get to the retrograde, it's kind of like, okay, we're at the party. We kind of know, we know who's here. We got a feel for it, and it's just about passing the time in a certain way. Not to say that it's not a constructive period, it is, but the vibe is not so much like, what's going on? Okay, we hit the iceberg, oh my gosh. Calm down, everyone. I don't know what that's like. Okay. Oh, thank you for your donation. Who's this? Jamie. It's like astrology. Dollar currency. I don't know. It's so funny. It's always a bogus. All right. Okay, so we're just waiting for Aussie dollars. Okay, that's fine. all right, Uranus. So basically, right, we're talking about though, yes, the retrograde. Now it's interesting because the way I see the pre-shadow period is like, it's kind of like that. Whoop! I feel the plane really taking off. I feel it in my tummy. Sort of, it's like the shift is happening. Okay, it's like when the plane sort of like it takes off and then it starts making the turn. You really kind of feel it. You're like, I just have to remember that we're gonna be smooth sailing in just a little while. It's just this sort of takeoff period. So the retrograde, like when you first move into that period, and really when you pivot into the official stationing retrograde from pre-shadow, will be really, you'll feel it. So you might have already started feeling these energies building, and it may not be in a way where you're able to really pinpoint it. It's just kind of like this feeling that's growing, and it will be different for everyone, right? This, whatever comes through, will be speaking of your personal birth chart, specifically the part of your chart that speaks of Aquarius, and I'm hearing Aries. Okay, ruler of Aries as well. Mars is in pre-shadow, so we'll get to that though in September. Okay. All right, Aries, have a seat. Still here with Aquarius and the ruler, Uranus. Okay, Aries, like, I'm arrived. I know, Aries. We love you too. Yeah, we'll talk about that. But the Mars retrograde, we'll ease into that because that, again, sometime there. But Uranus. Yeah, we're in the pre-shadow. And so when did it actually hit pre-retrograde? Maybe we'll touch upon that. But tomorrow is when it, again, stations officially retrograde. Now, we have these cycles moving into 2021. They are rather long term, but I want to just say again, like, you know, just be mindful of tomorrow, something the 14th here of August. There is like that feeling of like a shift, just so that, you know, there are these, you know, cycles here taking place. Now let's clear the energy on the ground. Not to say that, oh my God, expect it, but you know, just maybe journal about it. Kind of see how you interact with that energy space. Again, it'll be different. You know, what is brought up for review now. For everyone, right, depending on your chart as well. So let me see though, Uranus here actually leads all the way into, I think it is in fact, 2021, let's see, yes. Uranus will officially clear, even out of the post-shadow, towards the tail end of April, around the 30th. So we have some time to get comfortable here with Uranus and really hear it out. You know, what is it that Uranus also needs? And that's the beauty of these retrograde cycles, right? It's like there's a reason why certain energies are going retrograde and why we are faced with them in a certain capacity. Like we can kind of parallel the experience to like quarantine. You know, there's a reason for every cycle and why we're sort of like, you know, at home sitting here feeling like everything's falling apart while we sort of introvert and we experience this cycle on a personal level with ourselves. So coming back to the concept even of home, and that again will be different for everyone. Now it's interesting because in my birth chart, I'll give you an example. Aquarius does rule my fourth house. So for me, interestingly, Uranus, the concept of Aquarius, is actually brought face to face to kind of a point of conversation with matters of the concept of home, family, and interestingly, roots and lineage. Now, that's kind of interesting because Uranus and Aquarius is all about this like progressive thinking space. They're not really any clearly defined lines to also what Uranus and really Aquarius can accept as consider as their like space, their family. Uranus and Aquarius really associate with that space. It's very eclectic, very, very eccentric, kind of otherworldly, even associating with somewhat the archetype of Neptune, even you know, Jupiter with Pisces energy. And interestingly, your Aquarius actually trails into Pisces in the astrology wheel, 11th house and 12th house. And then you reach Pisces, and then you transcend into the first house again of Aries. Oh, Aries! Everyone's here for me. Oh, hold on, we gotta go. We gotta stop. We just want to say hi, Aries, just real quick. So you know, it's kind of interesting, right? Because it will, again, that interaction will be different for everyone. So I'm a Scorpio rising, and that, I mean, generally, if you're a Scorpio rising, depending if you've got intercepted houses, but your Aquarius will overlap. You got Scorpio in the first, you know, so on and so forth, and then your Aquarius will overlap the fourth house generally if you're Scorpio rising. So matters again of Uranus being brought forward with actually the moon. So moon being the ruler of the fourth house. So it's interesting, these interactions. If you want to go one-on-one, we can always teach your personal tuition, you know, with private services. If you want to jump into a private, we can work on this one-on-one and see what might be brought up for review. That's called the Moon Cycle program. I do hope it's in stock. There was an order that came through recently. It might still be in stock. I think that's one of the services that I don't cap, but okay. If you're interested and it's out of stock, just hop on the wait list and I will add it back in tonight. Because I know this is a really pivotal period specifically with the moon cycle, but again, always take it as you will, always see your personal version with what you feel guided to jump into. Now, in addition, side note, if you do order private service or anything, you know, time and space are illusion, I don't force energy. So you know, if at times, like let's say certain cycles, and this can speak of even like your life, let's say you are like working with someone on a certain project and it's just not getting off the ground, you know, there are reasons, divine timing, I believe in it. So if something is sort of like also a little behind so-called schedule, and let's say you want to read especially from the new moon, but we end up reading like a few days after, there's always a reason for everything as I feel it, so just go with the flow. No, the Uranus here retro, but always take it as you will. Okay, Uranus retro here on the 15th. Then we have it technically going direct. When is that? That is in January 2021. So we have, you know, some time to process these energies of what also this part of our chart means within our world. So feel free to take a look at your birth chart and really see, you know, where is Aquarius in my chart. And again, I'll do an example here. So Uranus, right, for me, well, my Uranus is actually in my second house / my third house. So there is that emphasis on matters associated with even Taurus, the ruler of the second house, and Venus, okay, and then third house here, Gemini, and thereby Mercury. So air energy as well as earth energy, but I do see Taurus as kind of like on that axis as well, given that it's an earth sign, but ruled by Venus as well. Venus rides on that axis of air and earth, so, you know, just to consider it from these different angles here, and you know, in terms of what might be a focus, it kind of, again, right, you know, multiple planets, like for example, Mars rules both Aries and Pluto. So Aries, fire sign, it rules Aries and Scorpio. So Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. It's technically a water sign, but it has a sort of that tinge of fire energy to it, given the intensity of Scorpio energy, right? So wildly passionate energy, right? But we see generally with Scorpio, intensely passionate. So, you know, but it will manifest in different ways for everyone, of course, and depends on how you channel it consciously. And it's all perspective. So, but back to it, right? For me, Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius is actually rides on the cusp of my second house and my third house, right on the axis. And so it's actually though in the sign of Capricorn. So that brings it to the 10th house, matters of earth energy, even further accentuated there. And in addition, let's see, then I have Aquarius actually cusping me fourth, right? And then I will also look to my actual 11th house, the ruling house of Aquarius, and I'll see it's ruled by Virgo. So for me, this sort of concept can come up for you in some way, and you can totally, really go down the rabbit hole with this and really analyze it from so many different angles and perspectives, and that's where it might help to sort of accompany that space with meditation or maybe some kind of reflective exercise, because it could really help kind of internalize, well, what stage am I at in the cycle of interacting with this energy and this perspective. So let's clear the energy and ground, just an example, and hopefully that is helpful in some way. But if I were to just say, well, for me, let's say this cycle might bring up for view Virgo energy, as well as Taurus, 4th house, Cancer, and even Capricorn. And again, you can really go into depth with that. What planets might be interacting with that sign, so on and so forth. Okay, Uranus specifically, Aquarius, and any planets in Aquarius, for example, as well. So just a side note. But in terms of the major shifts, we're really on a global scale. We're working with massive. I gotta say it, breakdown of certain structures that do not make sense actually at their core, fundamentally. If there have been things that have we planted seeds, we don't know why we planted them, and then they grow into these huge. I'm hearing monstrosities. I don't know what that's alluding to. Be it also of consciousness. So we're backtracking. We're retracing the steps. We're taking a look at the why. Why was this planted here? I need to talk to whoever planted it as well. Let's have a discussion about that. And that is really kind of the duty work of both Pluto, right, and Saturn, and Jupiter, and Uranus, and let's see, we also have Neptune retrograde. So, both rulers actually of Pisces, and Neptune went retro in June. And that was also quite a shift. So, the flavor, to think back to that, that was June 18th, I think, right around that new moon in Cancer, the eclipse. Really intense energy space that we're moving through. So, that's when it officially went retrograde. So you can think back to that period, and that will give you a taste of how these retrograde cycles sort of station out in terms of, what it felt like for you. Okay, but again, that was Neptune. So it might be bringing something up differently for you than Uranus. Let's jump into the reading, shall we? And we are in Leo season as well, just to sort of note that. And thank you all so much for tuning in, connecting here to you. And let's see here, let's clear the energy. And I'm hearing right off the bat for a number of you, chakra work, really important, really helpful, working with the energy grid, the system. I'm talking about your energy grid, right? Even for those of you who work maybe with the Earth's grid, right? In some way, maybe you heavily work in that space, hypers and reverse. If you're drawn to this video, this reading, I would not be surprised to know that you do associate with some kind of space of light work here, high priestess in reverse, really strong, working with the earth. Okay, I'm hearing Gaia, working with the earth. I'm hearing that very strongly. You work in that space. I'm hearing, associated with Ascension, I'm hearing that to a significant degree, possibly. Those of you who are tuning in right here. Your Pentacles here with the Empress. At times you feel there's a reason why I'm here. There's not coincidence. I'm here for a reason, and it could be actual physical places in the world, where it's just you happen to be in certain places at certain times, so cold, and time is illusion. So is it just you're just picking up on certain energy frequencies and certain? No, for a number of you, it's really important, right? Even if you are doing that really heavy, intensive, regenerative work, to bring it back down into your own system, right? Everything is reflective. Patterns abound in nature, right? I myself am a reflection of what it is that I also see, I perceive, for one. So, what is it that let's clear the energy. For a number, you see possibly something in your environment, and it's really, I'm hearing, it's important to reconnect also with your, it's so interesting. It's well, if I see that, right, and I acknowledge that I can see that, it's almost like you're opening the lens, the aperture of your observations, reality. You almost you observe, and then it's I'm saying, you zoom out, you zoom in, and then you come back into it. You say, okay, well, I have to clear my lens, make sure that the way that I observe also is I'm hearing my work. Okay, so for a number of you, you've got to clear. I'm hearing this for a number of you, you have to clear. If you're doing any kind of hangman reverse, I'm hearing the hybrid work. If you're doing any kind of spiritual clearing, cleansing work, and it's not hey, I called 1-800 clearing cleansing karma. I'm hearing, yeah, it's me. Hi, hey, I got to work on this. And I'm working on it, not necessarily, right? It's I could just be in some conversation with someone, and I'm and I'm working stuff out there. Lovers in reverse, Eight of Wands right. If that is the case, you feel right that at times you feel, for a number of you, possibly that you understand that you're called up. I'm here also for a reason in this space. I'm hearing that this is something for a number of you. You will know what this is referring to, generally, but it's just really important to release. I'm hearing those energies as well, and to really reconnect. I'm hearing that again with your portal of honesty with yourself. Wow, interesting. What is that about? One second. Hangman here, right over the death card of all cards. Oh my. Some of you, whoa, you do transmutational work. Big time. Death card in reverse. Hangman in reverse. This is for a number of you, it's your presence. You walk into a space. It's not like you gotta get 1-800 karma cleaning services. Yeah. You called, I need to show up. I know I need to meet with you. Let's meet up. Come on, let's just do this. Death card, no. This is like, I literally just walked in the room. I don't even know these people, but I know that they want me here. I'm hearing that as well, maybe on some higher plane. Hangman in reverse, Chariot upright. You got all three archetypes of the water element here. Death in reverse, Hangman in reverse, and the Chariot in reverse. For a number of you, you pick up on energy. Okay, 2 significant degree. And you play some sort of role there. Let's actually do a, we'll do a freestyle reading, yeah? Let's do pick a card. Okay, that's interesting. Writing might be really helpful. Channeling, I'm hearing that for a number of you. Hi, Anesa. How many of you have a lot of water energy in your chart and you know it? You're like aware of it and it's something that you work with. Okay. Let's clear the energy in the third eye. Okay. Now, in the deep past, oh wow, we're just jumping right into it. So, all right, let's get into it. Tower in reverse. 3 of Swords in reverse. Oh, right. Judgment right. A real moment of honesty. I was thinking that with the 3 of Swords in reverse. I'm thinking that. Judgment right. For a number of you, you feel like something is crumbling. I'm hearing, and you're right. It is. Like, if you're looking around you at your environment even, and you're just like, this is also not gonna last. Yeah, the way this whole society is like built just doesn't make me feel like comfortable. I'm hearing sleeping here tonight. I'm hearing those. Well, let's clear, like, it can be metaphorical and hopefully not, but for a number of you, it's just something that has subsisted maybe for a period of time. And it's due for a reconfiguration. Now, Judgment right. Oh wow, Jamie, you have a quasi-stellium of Scorpio. Why quasi? What makes it quasi? Okay, 3 of Swords in reverse. Now, Judgment. Upright in the current state. For a number of you, you're very much aware of your role maybe in this space as well. Ace of Swords. For a number of you, it's with children, or there's some element factor of children. 10 of Wands. I want to pull a pick a card. 2 of Wands in reverse in the environment. You lead out with the Mother of Swords, 8 of Wands. Something is due. It's due. There's not much more to it. It's becoming obvious actually. 5 of Pentacles, maybe to whatever it is itself. Like, maybe something is almost like even decaying. It's a dying off here with the 5 of Pentacles, like 10 of Wands, Ace of Swords reverse. Like, it's kind of, I'm hearing it like kind of obvious. Like, the feeling of like, I think the flowers aren't doing too well, and then they start browning. I mean, it's like something like that, 5 of Pentacles. But, in nature, if you think about nature, right, there are these natural cycles of regeneration that take place. The death and the rebirth of also certain properties. I don't know what that's about, but the Hierophant here. Now, for a number of you, maybe you're thinking of shifting gears with matters of investment, even career. Oh, big time. Devil here, Son of Pentacles, Hierophant. Now, I'm going to jump into actually Uranus retrograde readings. We'll be doing that series hopefully soon. Jumping into that, and then and I'll be posting those on the channel, and then we'll get into the extendeds with those as well, similar to how we did the Jupiter retrograde, which is available as well on the channel, in addition on the extendeds on alchemy.com. And thank you all so much for those who do purchase those extendeds and you support the channel in many ways. You do. Everyone, thank you so much for also your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscriptions. I'm so touched by all of you guys. Thank you for tuning in and connecting here to you. We have readings, right, for each of these cycles that we're moving through. I felt really guided to do that this year around Neptune Retro, Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, and even Mercury and Venus retrograde. So I'll be adding Uranus to that list, hopefully. We'll see as energy does permit. Son of Pentacles and the Devil. It's been a very, very, really intense period. So working with so many retros. It's like a lot of work. But that's okay, right? That's part of why we're here. Five of Cups, Father of Wands, and the Son of Pentacles. Now the Devil here. Take it as you will. For a number of you, maybe you are actually part of. I'm hearing the Council of Nine. I'm hearing the Hermit in reverse, Light Body Council. I'm hearing the Hermit in reverse. Some of you might be actually a healer. Now take it as you will. Who's we? Okay, take it as you will. But here, Hermit in reverse, Father of Wands upright, Son of Pentacles, and the Devil. For a number of you, you've got a real big conversation coming. I'm hearing it has to do with the honey in the pot thing. I'm hearing that with the Devil. I don't know what that's linked to. We're talking about finances here possibly, or even problems. I'm hearing property, like it's about property management for a number of you. Like there's something that maybe you feel it's time to renovate this space. I'm hearing that as well. Devil, for a number of you, you've got to redo something and you're like, really? For real? Do we really have to have a conversation? Really? Do we got to go there? I'm hearing that specifically here with the Devil. Now, all right. The Hierophant is actually leading out with the Son of Pentacles. For a number of you, it's actually a person maybe, or some kind of property. I'm hearing that again with the Devil. For a number of you might be feeling called to just like last minute even visit some place. I don't know what that's about. It could be different for everyone, of course, right? How many of you are watching, but I'm hearing it's time. Yeah, and there goes almost the whole deck. Save the Eight of Wands upright and the Son of Cups. Yeah, so, oh boy, I'm hearing mudslide. Oh, okay. Five of Cups here mirroring the Eight of Wands. I'm seeing mud. I'm hearing that with the Five of Cups and the Eight of Wands. For a number of you, it's like a last minute thing. Like I'm hearing I have to leave. I'm hearing as well. The Five of Cups and the Eight of Wands and the Son of Cups. Now, for a number of you, there's something kind of like unexpected, but then also I'm hearing it's due time. Six of Swords in reverse, Father. It could be something related to the Earth, actually. I'm hearing aftershock waves with the Eight of Wands mirroring the Father of Pentacles. So this is something I'm hearing like the long overdue. Even it's like it was only a matter of time. Nine of Swords in reverse. Now, okay, let's clear the energy and ground, and let's actually, we'll do it sign by sign. How about that? Is that my sign? Pick a card. Also to note, New Moon in Leo coming up, right? So we have a lot. You know what? Let's do pick a card. Yeah, let's do pick a card. Okay. No, let's do sign by sign. We'll start with Aries. Aries, you were calling you had your siren up. I had my siren going, Matt. From the very beginning of the reading, you even abusive and said Aries, for gosh sake. Alright, come on now. Okay. Now, let's jump into it, Aries. Yeah. We've got quite a cycle here, right? We have Sun in Leo, fire energies here, and you are a fire sign, and we've got Mercury here in Leo, and we've got as well Venus in Cancer, okay, and we've got here the new moon though coming into Leo as well, so we've got some more fire energy there. All right, Aries, but what we really need to be sort of talking about here is the fact that your ruler, I'm hearing your ruler Mars, is really close. I'm hearing to making a move here with the Judgment card right, and the other one's right. Now let's say it like this: your ruler Mars, right, is actually pre-shadow. So in September we'll really be seeing, wow, you take it off right there. For you could actually be traveling. You make a decision. It's possibly the last minute. That's it. It's time. Oh right. I'm hearing the pot has been soiled. I don't know what that's alluding to. Oh yay, the garden. Yep. Yeah? Okay. It's all soils in the garden now. I'm seeing like you can get a phone call, Aries, like last minute. You're like, hello? I'm hearing hello. I'm hearing that song by Adele. Sun of Swords upright, Six of Pentacles in reverse. Now, whenever there's something that just like, it's weird. It's like you wake up from a dreamlike state even, you're like, hello. I'm now understanding everything. I'm hearing that as well. A is a cup. So we'll pull here for this period, Aries, and thank you all so much for tuning and connecting here to you. Six of Pentacles here in reverse. Let's read actually right around the 11th. Sun of Swords on the 12th. 13th is the Ace of Cups. Remember, something that just doesn't, I'm hearing, you're looking at some space, you're like, I don't know how we're going to be doing this, how we're going to be carrying this out. I don't know how you're going to think about even hitching that wagon, that ride with that string. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm seeing Sagittarius right here. Wheel of Fortune. Now, okay, so we're leading into this new moon. Now, I'll also pull here monthly cards here for the Aries, and we'll see what kind of might be transpiring on the longer term scale here with the Wheel of Fortune. For a number of you, it's like you kind of feel like there has to be an answer to this space, but it's just like it's kind of inevitable. Like there will be, like it's like at the end of the day we're gonna get on stage and like we're gonna say something. It's just I don't know what. Also, I'm hearing one second. There's something that you feel is almost like elusive, like nebulous, like you don't have full range of sight there, possibly with some maybe even discussion that you feel you gotta have. The Ace of Swords, for me, this has to do with the concept possibly of Cancer, the moon, the 4th house, the Chariot in reverse, with the Ace of Swords in reverse. Let's clear it in ground for a number of you. It's like, it's funny, I almost like didn't register those Ace of Swords, like almost like didn't come out and say it. So what's that about? Ace of Swords mirroring the Ace of Cups. Okay, for a number of you hearing, it's me with the 3 of Cups at the base of the Ace of Swords. Oh, yeah, okay. For a number of you want to have a conversation with someone, but you're like kind of, I'm not saying this is a conscious thing that's being done, but like you're kind of dancing around it. Yeah, Emperor in reverse. It's like this. I have this crush on this person, but like, I just look at them in the hallway. I never also look back. Like if they're looking at me, I turn my head. I'm hearing that. This is for a number of you. I don't know what that's going to make you feel like. It kind of like the opportunity, I'm hearing it also dissolves before my very eyes. For a number of you, this can be something where it's like something you can't put your finger on, but it's almost like you see it coming, or like I don't know why until you look at another person. You're like, I don't know why. Margaret, I'm hearing. I just think there's some potential there with Marvin. What do you think? I'm hearing. Do you think he's gay? I don't know what that's alluding to. The devil in reverse, take it as you will. It could be a metaphor. What does it mean? Okay, Star in reverse. Now for a number of you, there's something that is starting to kind of like you're starting to pick up on, like you're starting to kind of process. This could be you with you as well, this conversation that takes place. You're like, yeah, I gotta come down to it. Like, and this is, I'm seeing something that has been kind of nagging you actually. You're like, I want to make a decision, but I feel like I don't have all the factors. It can be bureaucracy. With the Sun of Swords and the Ace of Swords, for no reason, it's a really hard conversation to have, maybe within a certain space with someone. It can be controversial, but I'm seeing it like this. It's like, I can't, like, I want to say what I'm feeling, but I can't find the words to say it. It's like something like that. 5 of Cups in reverse, possibly for a number of Aries, someone in your environment. And I'm hearing they are Scooby-Dooing around is what I wanted to say. Screwed around with the father one, the judge. That could be how someone feels. Now, it's funny. This is going to take some time. I'm hearing this way. I'm hearing lovers here, right at the base of the father ones. It's not the lovers though. It's actually the card of November. So I don't know what that's alluding to, but for a number of you, maybe there's something that you're just like, I don't want to say that this was also like okay and acceptable. I'm hearing. I don't want to say that this is also like, you know, like where I want to be. I'm hearing my potential. I'm hearing that as well. Served on a plate for everyone. I'm hearing my audience as well. Interesting. For a number of you, you feel like you got potential here that is not being tapped into. Magician here. It's like for a number of you, I'm here. I gotta move. That's loud and clear to you, Aries. For a number of you, it's this honesty with yourself in this moment. I'm hearing where you kind of like you look at this space and you're like, I need to move on. I'm hearing that as well. The Magician looking in the future. This could be within your industry. It's possibly something that you want to really step forward with, but it's almost like the sense of I know there has to be more to this space. I'm hearing that as well. But I can't put my finger on it. I'm hearing that again. But that might be around the new moon in Leo. We'll pull the monthly cards to see what might transpire of this space over time. You got the 2 of Cups in reverse. It's a little bit of like confusion here is what I'm picking up on. If you have a lot of water energy in your chart, let's say you're an Aries sun, but you got like Venus and Pisces, for example, which is actually my sister. She's Aries, she's Sun Aries, Venus Pisces. You might find that there are certain experiences that you feel I feel it but I can't touch it. I feel like I can't put my finger on it. I'm hearing that again. And so especially because Neptune, the ruler of Pisces in retrograde, that might really be playing out in matters of your actual hobbies. I'm hearing that as well. Like you might feel like, oh, you know, I really love these things, but I just don't understand how to address that. I'm hearing how to integrate it. Father of Cups. Wow, very interesting. Look at that. Father Cups mirroring the 2 of Cups in reverse, 3 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. It comes down to saying what you feel, saying what you want, coming forward, being like, hey, yeah, I do want that. I do find that attractive. I do want, you know, to also accept that. Wow, very interesting. This has to do for a number with vulnerability, possibly. Again, this could be somebody in your environment. Let's look at more cards here. Somebody could be dealing with Scorpio. You have the moon leading out. Let's pull another card here. been a long time. I'm hearing he's like a leprechaun. I don't know what that's about, you guys. He's like a leprechaun. Moon upright. Strength in reverse. Temples in reverse. Two of Pentacles upright. I'm seeing all of a sudden you got a phone call. It's a review. I don't know what that's alluding to. You have the Magician looking in the future. Sun wants. Like suddenly everyone in the room is like silent. I'm here. Shh. I'm getting a phone call. It's Simon. Hello, Simon. So what's your story now? I'm hearing that Moon upright. Strength in reverse. Temples in reverse. Two of Pentacles upright. I'm hearing I'd like to meet with you tomorrow. Seven of Wands in reverse. Two of Pentacles upright. Friends, coming way. We're coming down the line. Even November. I'm hearing October. Even possibly February of next year. So let's jump into it though. We'll see here. You'll kind of know what this is relating to possibly for number view. And again, what is time? You got the Eight of Wands and the World and the Magician. There's something that just possibly you are aware with. You've been working with actually as a concept, and so you're kind of like in the know in terms of, well, this will be relevant for me down the line. So something possibly of that kind of nature where maybe it hasn't taken off yet, and you kind of like. I mean, it's actually, it's annoying. The feeling of not addressing it is annoying, but it's kind of like the knowingness as well. There's a process to it. Let's pull the cards for each of the months. We'll start here with June. The World in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse for July. August is the Magician in reverse. Someone feels like something wasn't fair, maybe. It's like, why did that happen? A lot of questions here. They're kind of feeling that something is also put on pause, on hold. It's like, what's happening here? I'm here, please. Can anybody hand me a mic as well so I can even ask that question in a more obvious way so that I can kind of get an answer here? Okay, like something that someone is just like, where are we going with this? Some sort of, it could be actually a project that is not getting off the ground. That could have been here again around June, July, and August with the Magician reverse. Now September we have the Sun of Swords in reverse. I'm hearing bright. I don't know what I'm hearing. Bright colors. I'm hearing that. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This Sun is in reverse. Wow, everything is retro. I'm hearing everything is retro. Everything though is actually. Wow. So this is a very well. Everything is in reverse, but with the cards. But you know, what does that mean? I don't. For those of you who've been watching for quite some time, I'm not the kind of reader who just like looks at the cards and says, okay, it's retrograde. So I mean, if it's retrograde. See, there's something here for a number of you. Let's just say in this way. This is a period of review. Things are really coming up for review. I mean, if it's, you know, like on a bus and like the driver's like, I'm sorry, everyone, we have to pull over. Like, it's like, what? Okay. Yeah, we got to look at what's in the trunk. Everyone's like, what? It's like, yeah, we got to do that. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to like keep on the road. I'm hearing that Seven of Pentacles, Sun of Wands, like even it's like a feeling of like the driver needs to re-navigate. You're like, everyone, like we gotta slow down. I'm hearing that as well. The Fool in reverse, Daughter of Pentacles upright, and the Three of Wands upright, but it's for the sake of having the discussion in a more meaningful way. I'm hearing that as well for a number of you. So maybe it's a matter of gaining a sense of clarity of direction. What is actually, working and what is maybe not. So for a number of you, this has to do with your abilities with the Magician in reverse. Now, August is a very big month. There is a point, I'm here, a turning point here, when it comes down to what you're actually working with. So let's say you've been like really asking yourself, what am I doing? Or what am I going to be creating? What I see this sort of comes down to is not the confusion, let's say, of like how we're going to work something out, but well, yeah, yes, but also no. The way I'm seeing it is what you come down to is, well, what are my talents actually? And getting more fine-tuned with that space of defining the priorities on a personal level with you. So in other words, it's like, I have the brakes on carrying the space out in a public way. Again, I'm saying that there is something that is actually very helpful when it comes to actually spending more time on defining what exactly it is that you see those gifts as. I'm hearing that as well, the Magician reverse. So it's a blessing in disguise period is what I'm hearing. Specifically between June and August. I'm hearing July as well here with the Eight of Wands in reverse. There's something that kind of maybe threw you off a little bit. You're like, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Like the bus just like came to a screeching halt like that, and like and everyone in the hallway as well, like we had to call our friends, say, hey, like we're not going to be like in Hollywood. I don't know what that's alluding to. Okay, we're not going to be like on the holographic television. Like someone maybe even moved here with the Eight of Wands in reverse. Let's pull another card here. Daughter of Pentacles. Yeah, it was something maybe even public, like some show had to get canceled or something, like it was like put on pause. Fool in reverse. I'm hearing Bach. I don't know what that's about, but it could be a specific message. Yeah, something was just like also a little embarrassing. It's like, I don't want to show up like and have to tell everyone that like I'm not going to be there like that. Four of Swords. Also for them like that, Nine of Swords. So something maybe got a little bit confrontational possibly as well for a number of you, where it reached a point where it was like, I'm not going to be able to show up. Now that was very, very, very uncomfortable. I'm hearing that for a number of you, like really awkward, possibly with the Empress. because you were still kind of in that space, but it was like you're not able to really operate at full blown speed forward. I'm hearing that with the Empress. Now, let's clear the energy and ground. I'm seeing there's almost like there's an important conversation here coming. I'm hearing that with the Fool in reverse. This is more actually towards December is what I'm hearing for a number of you, but we have the Fool in reverse, Aquarian energy, mirroring the Empress upright. Someone possibly has been wanting to work with you on something. They got their wings in a really wide wingspan. They want to get your attention. I'm hearing they want to grab your attention. I don't know what that's going to. Full in reverse and the Empress upright. Could be actually a spirit guide as well. I'm hearing Shirley. I'm saying they're related maybe even to a number of people. I'm hearing in the audience, interesting, 3 of Cups with the 10 of Wands. So there is maybe something that is kind of coming your way. Even, can I say it in that way? Something that you feel you are really going to be working with more intimately as a cause. I'm hearing that as well with the Fool here. Even something that you feel really drawn to sort of create with. And that is ultimately, right, even if it is someone, right? Someone, let's say, who's got a lot of Uranus in the chart, Aquarius energy. That is reflective, right? So let's say you meet someone with a lot of Aquarius in the chart. They could be really reflecting for you in that period of how is it that you interact with that energy space of your own? What does Aquarian energy sort of mean to me? And what is it that I bring it along to a space of balance with? Interesting. So for a number of you here, it has to do with timing. Actually, it's something that you're coming to want to define, to clarify, and describe in a new way. Now, take a deep breath. I'm hearing Aries because, oh my goodness, I'm hearing the board is going to be, I'm hearing high-low when you're jumping on it, getting ready to dive into the water. I don't know what that's going to do, but I'm seeing someone on a diving board. They're jumping. It almost feels like every jump, like up and down, as you prepare for this next storyline. The way in which I'm hearing it feels so intense. I'm hearing feels so obvious as well. Like, it's, that feeling when something is surreal and you're like, whoa, I feel that and I feel that. And, it's not just like a jump and I'm looking over the way. It's like, yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, right? 5 of Cups here leading you out. Let's clear it. Father of Cups. For whenever you, someone here is, for whenever they're in love with you. We have to come out and define it as that, because otherwise this emotion will persist and it will go on and it will continue and it will manifest in these different ways that are not obvious maybe. So there is something that maybe for a number of you feel, I have to come out and clarify that. I'm hearing that as well. It could be your own energy, but there's something that maybe for a number of you also want to create with, and that's becoming very obvious to you. I'm hearing it's my potential with the Father Cups ultimately that we speak of. Now, reciprocity. Now, 5 of Cups leading you out. Oh, thank you so much. Who's this? Divin Station Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning in a little light too. For a number of you, there's something that has become also just too much. It's just too much. It's like I'm seeing you looking at someone Aries, you're like, so I'm hearing also, if that's how you feel and that's how you're gonna come at me, I'm hearing in this way, but you're not gonna come out and actually say it, I can't do this anymore. I'm hearing that as well, Father Cups. For maybe you're deciding to kind of set a boundary within a certain experience that is very meaningful. And we split right there to the 2 of Cups in reverse is not easy. I'm a very sentimental space as well, with the Ace of Swords as well upright, mirroring the 3 of Pentacles. For maybe it's a matter of shifting and changing your environment to allow for this shift to be sort of carried out. Emperor. Now, you have a lot of potential here, possibly in a certain industry, and you do know that as well, Aries. It's something that you really like. It's like, I'm hearing, I'm totally cut out for this space. Daughter Cups leading out. For Aries, could be someone who you've got a lot, maybe even a commonality with. You feel you can really kind of get along with them. For Aries, it's a space that you feel kind of you have gifts in actually. Stories here with the 8 of Cups as well, and there could have been someone who made that quite clear to you at a certain point in time, played a certain role. Yes, I was thinking of the Son of Cups. I'm like, where's the Son of Cups? Daughter Cups is what leads us out. We're talking about this potential, but where's the Son of Cups for the reflection of that space? And there they are. Take a look here. I'm here, Aquarius. Oh, right here. Do you see that? Son of Cups looking over at the Daughter Cups. So for a number of you, this is something that it was a reflective experience, and we're really seeing that hit home around the 17th, the 18th. I'm hearing of December. I'm seeing December here real strong with Father Cups. We were pulling at a top the month of August, but really I'm seeing these energies. I'm seeing like a fingerprint even on the Father Cups. Somebody maybe even traveling with someone. I'm hearing that. 8 of Swords. I'm seeing luggage here with the 8 of Swords, like something's hanging somewhere. 8 of Cups and the Star. For a number of you, you will be traveling with somebody here is what I'm hearing. For a number of you, possibly Emperor in reverse. It might be actually for an interview. I'm hearing that as well. Okay. But the Death card here looking back at the Son of Cups back, but we're looking in the future. So interesting. For a number of you, this is something possibly that's coming up for review from the past. This might even be a premonition or a dream. Something that's being reviewed. Now, how many of you are dealing with Scorpio? least an idea that maybe somebody has in mind for you as well. And the Ace of Cups is in the center of the spread. Now, September brings, I'm hearing a lot of problems with it. It's like tedious. Eight of Pentacles, Son of Swords. It's like, okay, like what are we getting at really here? And you know, again, in light of these long-term retrograde cycles, when we talk about the Son of Cups and the Daughter of Cups dancing with one another, mirroring each other down the line, it's really about, I'm hearing falling in love. I'm hearing all over again. Ace of Cups here right over the Son of Cups. Wow, lighting up the path with the Judgment card as well. So for a review, something becomes very clear, very obvious. Yep, Ace of Swords right there. Something that you felt, maybe you even picked up on. Okay, it might be a confession for a number of you as well. Like, for a number of you, whoa, that was so weird. I felt like the chair was vibrating. Like, I kid you not, right, like around the root chakra. So, I'm gonna take it as you will. There is maybe something for a number of you, yeah, like vibrating real strongly. Like, I felt like the chair and like, my house was like, just vibrating. Okay, pardon my French. 3 of Wands is right. Just reverse. But for a number of you, it's like, you saw this coming as well. For a number of you, this could be something related to the actual Earth as well, with the Magician reverse. It's some kind of a shift. Now, alrighty, Son of Swords here in September, Son of Pentacles. I'm hearing, I need to know like what you want. Hold on, so what's that? Say someone having a conversation with someone. It may be on an energetic level. This might be a dream state as well, with the 3 of Cups and the Son of Swords in reverse. But someone may be meditating on this space as well. It's like they're kind of like they felt like they didn't have an answer to a certain space. So I'm saying in September there could be at least I'm hearing some kind of even premonition that comes through, like someone talking to you in a dream. It's like something like that. Like maybe you had a question in June. I'm hearing that as well. And then like in August, I'm hearing July. In September, then it's kind of like something kind of adds up. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe even kind of it mirrors, like it's a feeling of like hearing the call, wondering where it came from, and then you find a source. Like it's like something like, I don't know what that's going to do. It's clearing ground. Something though that you're reviewing. You don't want to make a clear decision though. I'm hearing that as well. Possibly around this time you want to take your time with that. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, this is something that will take some time here. Death in reverse, but there is a lot of potential. I'm hearing that again. Like whatever the cycle is, it is carried out over time. And that's the nature of it. Purely, for everybody, this is a spiritual experience that you're having. It's reflectable. It's a spiritual evolution. I'm hearing as well. I'm hearing deity with the Death card and the 2 of Swords. For the reason something you're manifesting. You know, something even really working. I'm hearing shadow work as well with the Death card. Here in reverse, upright. For everybody, this is karma. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe you're working with children. I'm hearing in some capacity as well. I'm hearing community as well with the Magician in reverse. So take it as you will. But yeah, Father of Pentacles reverse, 3 of Pentacles right. So now then you have the Father of Cups. So every time we pull in these energies, as they get closer to the Sun and the Daughter of Cups, in that final, I'm hearing conversation point, right, that they're at here, as you lead out. It's like, I see this as like the ideal. Like I'm hearing like that's what we really want to get to, right? When the Son of Cups and the Daughter of Cups are finally like, they're not wearing their whole outfit, right? They're just sort of, they're seeing each other, they're mirroring, we're reflecting, and I'm seeing a flash of light right there. Let's clear it and ground in the throat chakra. You know, there is a lot of build up to that point. And even when we see the Father of Cups, I see that really what gets us through the door to the conversation is the Son of Cups with the Daughter of Cups. So the vulnerability of accessing also the space of purely the reflection, not coming through and saying, okay, I profess this because I have defined it as something that I hold as my promise with myself. It's like, I'm not going to assert, I'm hearing as well, what my expectations are in that space, Father of Cups. So always take as you will. Aries, I'm hearing the letter S. I'm hearing scared. Very scared. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know what that's alluding to, but for a number of you, this is somebody who is facing their past in a whole new way. Daughter of Pentacles leading out into the future. Someone's finally looking at some space as well. It might be related to some kind of industry, and they're like, okay, I want to finally take that on. Now, let's pull a few more cards here. October, the Wheel of Fortune. November is the Death card. There we go. December, somebody could be dealing with a hardcore Scorpio archetype here. Death card here could be in your own chart. Something like activation, or you're dealing with someone who's got a lot of Aquarius in here as well. I'm hearing Scorpio, Venus specifically for number 3 of Pentacles. It's something that, like, yeah, I'm hearing you played hardball. I'm hearing with this person in a past life, and you know it. Like, and that's maybe part of this as well with the Death card at the base of the Wheel of Fortune. It's like I kind of no matter what happens, I'm here in the garden. We know kind of what grows in it. I don't know what that's going to. It's like, I know what you plans are there. Okay, you know what I plans are there. So when we see the weeds, like, you know, we're gonna whack them, but we still know like what we're watering at the end of the day. I don't know what that's only to you guys, but there's some kind of maybe like some kind of connection here, even on, you know, with the death card. And it can be something that you're working on with your spirit guides as well. Let's clear it and ground for whenever you got to do clearing as well. During this process, very important, Aries. Super duper important. And working with the physical body again, yeah, really important, especially if you're working with really dense, I'm hearing spaces of emotion with the death card and the Wheel of Fortune. For a number of you, there will be these things brought up for you in your community. That will maybe trigger aspects of your actual body. It will trigger you, right? So to clear and ground at every point I'm here along that way of you know, experiencing this so-called cycle in this period will be really, really helpful. All right, I'm hearing that for no reason. Take it as you will, whatever you feel guided, right, to do, of course, and the way in which you feel guided to do it. But you know, there is possibly a focus on even working with imagination, meditation, and again, it may be really helpful to maintain a clear, okay, also a consciousness. I don't know what that's going to do as well, but working with maybe the subconscious mind, all right, and clearing the vessel. Let's get into it here. We have death card here. Yeah, all right, this is a cycle. Listen, like wave, pounding upon the shore. It's something that will be repetitively possibly addressed. So take it to Aries. Let's jump into a Virgo. Thank you for tuning in, Virgo. A little light to you here. Let's jump into it for you. And well, you know what, Virgo. Pardon me. Can we talk to Scorpio first? Would that be all right, Virgo, with you? Is it alright if we hit on Scorpio's note? Because the papers are falling all over the place. Would you mind? I'm hearing it in that way. I don't know what that's linked to. Okay, but Virgo, Scorpio. For a number of you might be actually mediating something, is what I'm hearing, Virgo. There's something that you've possibly been considering, you've been wanting to address, you've been wanting to kind of, you know, move back and forth with a little bit, the constant space of, and for a number of you, could be working with a space associated with transformation, regeneration to a significant degree. For a number of you, possibly you're even working with a specialist in this space. Right there, death card. I was like, where's the death card? Right, come on. Right there. Right over the strength card actually is where it wanted to go. But for a number of you, you could be actually preparing for a certain space, getting ready to carry it out. Now, I'm seeing that there's a very strong presence of somebody here that possibly who has a lot of Scorpio in their chart, or you could work with someone who has a lot of Scorpio. Hello, Marisa. And Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so for a number of you, something has gotten like, kind of like, I'm hearing it. Well, I'm hearing it's a lot of work. So you know, Virgo, you love the give and take, right? Ruler of the 6th house, balance. Okay, we're actually working on things. Ishmael knows right there. Something maybe financially that wasn't really fully sparsed out, that it's like, now we gotta really address this. Like, we're not gonna be going around that. On the 11th of August, you have the 4 of Pentacles upright. The 12th is the Ton of Pentacles in reverse. The 13th is the Son of Pentacles upright. 14th is the Daughter of Pentacles upright, and the 15th is the 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands reverse. That is the 14th. Then we got the 15th here, the 5 of Swords. 16th is the 2 of Pentacles. I'm hearing allies. The 17th is the 3 of Wands. The 18th is the 6 of Swords. That's right around the new moon. Now, for a number of you, yeah, I'm seeing like you're looking at a movie and the sound doesn't match up with the scene. It's like something kind of like, okay, so we gotta like pause it, man. We can't even watch a movie like this the whole through. No, as far as a bright mother, I'm trying to maybe you're working on something that from the past. It can be certain energies. It's like, for a number of you, you're switching between timelines. I'm hearing past lives as well. Chariot and the Father of Cups. For a number of you, you are having an activation of maybe matters related to experiences in the past. So-called Father of Pentacles and the Emperor. Now, I'm hearing, I really love them. I'm hearing this with the Father of Pentacles. Okay, now, Ace of Swords right there. The world leading you out in reverse. I want to pull the monthly here for you, dear Virgo. I'm hearing Aquarius is a very strong one here. The world in reverse. I mean, the 5 Pentacles. Remember, you have a lot on your plate. You have a lot. Maybe people are like expecting answers from you. It's like you have people in your office. Like they open the door on their own. They're like, hey, Virgo. They don't even knock at this point. They're like, hey, do you have the version of the story yet? The one that you know that you want to tell out. Hey, Virgo. And this could be you with you, where you're like, time's ticking. I have to get down to it now. For a number of you, there's someone who like you just feel them like everywhere you go. I'm hearing that as well. And it can be this feeling of like expectation. Like I feel like they have this expectation that, you know, they want me to announce whatever the space is. Now I'm taking out the headphones right there. So I don't know what that's going to. Let's get into it here though. Okay, May. Two of Swords in reverse. June is the Three of Pentacles upright. July is the Strength card upright. I'm hearing, whew, thank God. I'm hearing that specifically. I don't know what, there's a bit of a breath of fresh air. There were the Empress as well, and the Strength card. Sun of Swords in reverse. In August, alongside the Sun of Pentacles in reverse. So in September, I'm hearing it's really exciting actually with the Mother of Pentacles reverse. It's the Cups in reverse. I'm seeing you're like digging something up. It's really fascinating, but in a good way. You're like, yes, I've been waiting to like finally address this as well. I'm so happy we're able to take, you know, the story also to that level. I'm hearing with them. Interesting. What's that alluding to? 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups in reverse. This could actually be a confession for a number of you. Maybe even someone meeting up with someone with 10 Pentacles. It's beautiful. There's a turning point here with 10 Pentacles, 10 Cups. Empress here right over the month of July, and the Strength card there. You had to make somewhat of a decision is what I'm hearing with the Lovers. The Nine of Swords in reverse, 7 of Wands, the 7 of Cups. It wasn't really a decision though. It was like, I'm not making the decision. You just kind of moved in that way. You felt like it was guided, absolutely. And it wasn't what I'm hearing for a number of you. 144 people in the room. For a number of you, you're meeting up with someone, or you met up with someone possibly from the past. Not a huge surprise, right? Given that we have 5, 6 planets in retrograde. There's a lot coming up for review. And this is possibly even people from the past you're actually meeting up with. So reunion time really during this period where, again, Uranus, Pluto, Jupiter really going all sort of retrograde here up until 2021. You know, it's not too odd to encounter, you know, things, people from the past. Now, for a number of your ideologies, Mother of Swords are bright. Now, for a number of them, there's some kind of something coming up. Just it can be a date, actually, like an actual day on the calendar, like a date on the calendar. So what is the calendar? What is time? But the Mother of Swords upright has something that she wants to tell through time, maybe. Now, I don't know what that's only 2 months ago. It's a vision. It's even like something that you called out like way back. Like maybe it's saying someone like in a past life. You're like, okay, next life, that one Tuesday of next year, I need to do that one thing with them. And maybe on some subconscious level, you're kind of feeling, you're remembering that contract. Let's clear it. Mother of Swords with a devil. Oh boy, 4 wands right. Okay, I'm hearing, hey, whoa. Florida, I'm hearing. Keys, I'm hearing. I gotta show up. I'm hearing that Mother of Cups in reverse. Some of you feel guided possibly, like, or you get some kind of call from someone somewhere. It's like, whoa, sudden. I need you to meet me here. Not sudden in the way of like, whoa, but like, you feel that burning. I'm hearing also that feeling. Like I'm hearing, because I can't fight this feeling anymore. Like you want to really move in that direction. I'm hearing officially. Thank you, Marisa, for your donation. You guys, so sweet. Thank you so much for tuning in. And High Priest in reverse. For a number, you're going to be a lot of people there, or you're connected with someone who is very well networked. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Some of you meeting maybe this person for the first time. I'm hearing. Can't fight the feeling. I'm hearing the Ace of Pentacles. For no reason, you might be actually even signing like a deal here, a record deal. I'm hearing that as well for number 2. What is that? I'm hearing a Chandra. I'm hearing Chingy. I'm hearing that as well. Chandra. I'm hearing that very sorry. Son of Wands reverse. 2 of Cups reverse. Can you do another reading? Is it a Cancer? Yes. It was last night's live reading. Cancer, New Moon, and Leo. Yeah, so for no reason, this is something you've been picking up on. For a number of reasons, a premonition, Hangman in reverse. You had an idea, maybe on an energetic level. You're like, it's coming, it's building, I feel it. Here it comes, the wave. Yeah, see everyone, look, I wasn't lying. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know what that's going to. Death card here, yep. Some of you dealing with Pisces, some of you dealing with an Aries. I'm hearing that as well. And we just went through the Aries reading, so if you feel guided, feel free to watch that sign. Empress again in July for you here, and that's a ruler of Aries as well. So take it as you will. Zero Virgo, love and light to you. Enjoy this period. Let's jump into Scorpio. Oh boy, Scorpio. Very serious around this time. I'm hearing that specifically. I'm seeing you're like tight-lipped as well. You're like quiet about something. You're silent. I don't want to add brooding as another adjective in this sentence along with silent, but some may choose to use that one when profiling. I'm hearing your perspective at this time. I don't know what that's like. I'm seeing people in a room. They're like, "Can you just define Scorpio in like 2 sentences for us?" Yeah. Silent. What would you say, Mark? Brooding, right? Yeah, brooding. All right, that's right. Yeah, no. You want to use lifeline? Nope. Silent brooding. Yeah, that's how we see them. High Priest is here with the 4 wands. That's clear. Oh boy, Scorpio. I don't know who got on whose side about what, but they said that, and I didn't like the way they said it. I'm hearing that as well. 5 of wands upright, 5 of swords upright. The star leading out. Someone's like, yeah, they feel like something has also kind of become a little bit like. I'm hearing of a personified image. They're like, yeah, I'm seeing they're like kind of like acting things out, but they're not saying anything in relation to those actions. And someone is kind of They're not feeling it. They're not feeling it. They're like, yeah, I don't like it. So for a number of you, maybe you're dating someone. This is just coming through. You're dating someone who, you want to work with them on something, but they're like they're not participating as it is felt. I present reverse. It's like, hey, you want to go work out together? And it's like, at the end of the day, you don't even like really know what the real answer is. You're like, did they say no? I don't really even get the reaction really. Are they saying yes? Are they saying like, okay, well if they're saying no, are they saying no for sure, like forever? Like, are they saying like maybe? Maybe later? Like, well, I don't get it. I'm not the hypers in reverse. Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. And so for now you're dealing with a Pisces, you've had a long sideline history with them, daughter cups, you go freaking better. You've had dreams with them. You know who this person is. It's not like a, who's that? Who is that? No, the question is, who's that with them? They're dating someone else now. I'm hearing that as well. The hypers in reverse. Daughter of Cups and the Ace of Cups. For is someone who you remember. I'm hearing remember me. I'm hearing that as well. And it could be someone that you recently also connected with, that you've known for quite some time. Five Pentacles, Ace of Cups. You have an intimate memory with this person. With the Judgment card, you had experiences that were not really worn with a hat on. I don't know what that's only two guys. Okay, like you had these intimate experiences. I'm seeing two people even in the dark. It's like, it's very interesting. I'm seeing like for someone's work, they usually wear like, they're dressed in like a certain attire, and then they like meet up with someone. They meet them like off hours, and they're not wearing like their normal attire. Now, what is normal? Take it as you will. But they're just kind of like, and it's funny. I have cereal sitting on the table here. It's like this gluten-free granola thing, and like right then I want to like take a spoon of it. It's so interesting, right there. For now, they're a November baby. I'm hearing that could be your own energy as well, Scorpio, dear Scorpio. But it's real interesting because if you think about cereal, it's kind of casual, right? Okay, if you want to date with someone, you're not like, I don't know, judgment, but like usually, you're not gonna like, go to the restaurant and then like, order, or I'm hearing order or bring your own cereal box with you. I'm hearing that as well. But like maybe you end up having like a really casual sort of, we just chilled at their house sort of date. I'm hearing that as well. The Nine of Swords and the Hierophant. Now, this is the kind of feeling I'm getting. Like I'm seeing someone who usually like they have a certain also perspective of life is what I'm hearing as well. And then they met this person and like, either the environment, the context was very different from their natural routine, or in some way it was like inspiring of that space. Now, it's like, I will never forget you. I'm hearing that as well. I will never forget the way that you were. I'm hearing so influential for me in that life. In that life, oh boy. What, you surprised? We're freaking ruler of the 8th house. Nah, we're not really talking about, just like, oh, Nat, Now, come on, continue, Nat. 10 of Wands, what's going on? All right, you can still read on this life. All right, chill, Nat. We're just Plutonian and all, all right, you can read still in the last life, too. We need to still dig that up. Devil here with the 10 of Wands. Oh boy. Scorpio. What do you want? I'm hearing that specifically. Someone wants to someone calls someone. They're like, but it could be on an energetic level. It's like, man, we're back at it again. All right. He wants to play hacky sack with me. I'm hearing that specifically. Okay. All right. He doesn't know who he's playing with. I'm hearing that as well. Oh boy. Oh, we're both Scorpio now. I'm hearing that specifically. Scorpio dealing with a Scorpio. How does that work? How does it actually like, How does it eventually work at least, because there are probably different stages to that. I would assume I'm Pisces. I've never dealt, Scorpio on Scorpio like that, but at least with a sun sign. Okay, 1 second. And, okay, let me see. Well, to say that, I don't have a sun sign Scorpio, so I cannot deal with it. I say sun Scorpio, but give me a second. I'm going to actually set up the camera in a new way. I need the box, actually. I'm hearing I need the filter, the new filter for the lens as well. All right. Okay, Scorpio, whatever you need, do whatever you need to do. Me, I'm gonna use a box. You can use a filter. All right. Yeah. So let's set it up. Number of you, it's a date. let's set the date. I'm hearing that specifically. What date, Scorpio? Because I know how you work. Is it really the time we're talking about? Because you know what, last time here, you spun me around with the past life thing. I'm hearing that specifically. For now, you're dealing with someone who just like, someone feels like they don't know what wavelength they're on. It's really hard to read them. They're like, what are they really saying? Are they saying like, yes, redo, let's try again? Or are they saying like, really, no thank you. No thank you. I even think someone like talking to someone, like the first word out of their mouth is like, really? And they're, it's like, that can be interpreted so many ways. They're like, wait, before I continue, they don't listen to the whole statement though. They pause on the first word and they start making like, kind of like, I'm hearing second guesses about that. I don't know what. It's like, well, listen to the rest of the sentence. It was like, but she said really, like, I don't know what that's about. Let's clear it. What's that about? I'm hearing it's monkey business with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I don't know what that's leading to, but don't tell it to Pluto's face. Please, because Pluto is not playing around, you know, like, especially with your parents on this one. I don't know what that's going to. The Hermit reverse, Eight of Cups reverse. There's something from the past coming up for review. Someone's like, why are you treating me like this? Why are we acting like that? Why is all with all the drama? And then why are you digging up the whole tomb and carrying up these like 900 lives? I'm hearing of stairs worth of experiencing right here, right now. Why are we going to the past is what I'm hearing as well. Like, can we just work on what we have here together right now? So for a number of you, it could be on a metaphorical level. It could be you as well. You're like, what's all this like old ass energy that's coming up? Like, why are we talking about that again? I'm hearing that as well. Let's clear it. This person's really giving someone trouble. They're giving them trouble. They're maybe triggering them. They're like actually bringing things up, maybe that are just, to someone else, it's like kind of irrelevant. It's like, so what are you really saying now? Father Wands, but they can't help it. I'm hearing that as well. It's like in their nature. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, boy, do they love to test. Now, this is an ointment. I use this actually in the Taurus reading. In the Taurus reading, I was like, I want to just rub this all over. Like that was in the Taurus reading. I was like, oh man, I'm in the middle of a reading. Come on, spirit guides. All right. Come on, we just need to work it out. I'm hearing this about Father Wands. Like someone wants to get someone to like work with them on something. It's really, really sweet. Even like Matters of Energy work. It's like really intense actually, and it's a kind of massaging the heart chakra right here. It has to do with energy work is what I'm hearing for a number of you. So High Priestess, there's something being brought up and maybe even on an energetic level, like for a number of you, you're triggering someone. How many of you are a Scorpio and you understand what's up? You're triggering someone here to confront even, let's say, so-called their shadow side. I'm hearing that, their past, I'm hearing the past life. And it's funny, I just got a message, so received packages. So take it equal, maybe it's an energetic sort of intention. I sent them the intention. All right, delivered, got it, there we go. I'm hearing, they feel it. They know when something is being also touched upon on an energetic level. You know, you can interact with people in so many ways. Let me see your comments, actually. I'm going to pull up the live and... Gotta watch the ad. And then, okay, now I'm watching myself watching the ad. All right, we got it. We're here. I allow it. I'm here. It says Crystal. Sigma. They will test to they will test to your breaking point. But like to Scorpio, they don't see it as like even kind of like, you know, they don't see it as like, oh, I'm testing you. As well, like you're in the university, and this test is not about this test. It's about the classroom that you're in, and it will lead into the wee hours of the so-called night if it needs to. Like it's not like the type of teacher who's like the test and the time that we're in the class matters. The test and the time it takes to do the test. It's not about the test as the test. It's like the answer itself, and really working with that person for this. It's like this person will not give up, because that's the feeling of it. They have also a ravenous appetite. I'm hearing that like from time to time. They're just like they're very intense. Like they get really into things, like, and they get really caught up in it. And they're like, yeah, I'm hearing Rambo style. I don't know what that's about. You guys give me just a second though. I need to go grab some water. All right, so just give me a quick little second, Scorpio. Be right back. All right. Hey Scorpio, we're back. Now, what I'm getting for an review is that this is possibly something in the environment as well that is testing, is really kind of, for number you're questioning, you're like, do I get back in touch with that person? Should I respond? For number you're really looking at a space like, why are they also getting back in touch with me? Interesting. You're like, is it a good opportunity? Or is it kind of like, now, for number is someone who's having trouble reading someone, but given the nature of possibly what is brought forward. So there's a really assertive, very strong energy here with the Father of Wands. Some of you are dealing with someone who you feel you just know you have a very strong connection with. But it's like, does that mean that it's like time to get involved with that again? Interesting. Just a quick second, Scorpio ones. Yeah, I'm hearing there's a really big question of timing. For a number of you, there's also, it's tricky because with the Father of Wands, it's almost as if it's like, okay, I don't want it to get the best of me, but it's, you know, that feeling when like someone gets in contact with you and you're like, yeah, they know how to push my buttons, and I don't know if I want to get back together again. I'm hearing that as well. Possibly remember you, the Father of Wands, like it's kind of a volatile energy space. Let's pull a few more cards here for me. This is something in the environment. Fool, Father of Wands. For a number of you, maybe someone got in touch with someone and it was unexpected. They're like, I wasn't expecting to hear from them. The Father of Cups with the Father of Wands. Get a few more cards out here for you, Scorpio. Get to the comments as well. Okay. Yeah, for a number of you, it's like the kind of energy in this way as well. It's like someone's like trying to just silence someone out of their mind, like trying to, I don't want to say like trying to forget about someone, but now, all right, let's pull a few cards here, Scorpio, for you. This is the 11th, Ten of Swords upright. The 12th is the World. The 13th is the Judgment card. 14th is the Daughter of Cups. Wow, for this is something that you are having very strong recollection of. It's like actually very challenging because it's something of a memory space. It's like I can't like let it go. For this could be a karmic connection here. You have the 5 Pentacles. It's like I feel like anything I do like I kind of leads to something yet again. It's like we gotta there's no point in like dancing in the mansion in different rooms and like kind of like bobbing our heads in and out and like walking through the hallway like we don't know each other. I'm hearing that as well. Like you and another, we have to come down with this. We have to address this. We have to talk about this. I'm hearing that as well. Now 10 of Swords here. I got on the 11th. Then for Nuri, I'm hearing the 10th as well. The 12th, the World. I'm here. I wasn't ready for that. Something came through that was just like it. I'm here also like it threw someone like kind of off. They're like, what in the what? What in the what? Then maybe they like had to deal with it like in that moment. They weren't expecting that. Now 11th, 12th, 13th is the Judgment card. Someone finds someone very quirky, very interesting, very at times like uncomfortable, but like in a good way. Okay, the Fool, yeah, right there. Mirror and the Daughter of Cups, very eccentric as well. And the 9 of Wands upright. Here, Chandra. Now 8 of Cups, I'm here. Have you changed your mind about me? Now, this is someone coming back around. They won't back in, baby, with 8 of Cups instead of Swords. They're like, hey, I baked you a cake like last November. I'm hearing that as well. Do you want to eat it now? I'm hearing that the Moon and the Magician, they're like, what's up with that? Do you want to like do this now? Like where are we at with that? I'm hearing that as well. Maybe someone like wants to touch base on a certain concept here with you. Hangman's rank up. This is a very strong karmic connection you do hold with someone possibly. With the Devil in reverse, you'll know for you maybe what this space speaks to. But let me go back into the chat. For how many of you is this like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I was thinking about this before I got on the live chat. So 7, 1 through 7 scale. 5, yes, I know what you're talking about. Okay, I understand. Okay. Jessica. Oh, wow. Willow. It's okay, Shan. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We will see you in the Aquarius reading. I'm hearing that. Oh boy. Listen, for no reason, this is the kind of thing where maybe even like it's like the teacher who's really tough on you, and you're like, man, I want to take it to that level with me, and I know that. Yeah, I'm hearing to be real. You also deal with someone who you know sees you as like not just you, but like as who you want to be as well. Like this is something very, and it could be you with you where you're like, look, it's a very challenging space because it talks about the potential. It's all about potential. It's like the feeling like I'm up to bat. Are you ready? You got the ball. It's like, yeah, but hold on. Magician reverse, Fool in reverse. Okay, and it's sandwich in the Daughter Cup. Someone maybe feel a little overwhelmed. They're like, oh, but there's also like just so much attraction. Like, strength card here with the Hangman. So it's going a little bit in circles, split to the Six of Cups. Come on now. Remember, you have a child even with this person. It's really, really, really challenging to just say, I'm not looking. Closing your eyes, like, I'm not interested. Like, turning away, like, I don't know, who's that? You know, this is something that you just can't. I'm hearing like work like according to the clock as well in relation to them. So for me, this is someone who you have this like pulsation of wanting to be with them. That's challenging. Four of Cups, because you know when someone maybe is kind of resisting that space or they feel like it's too intense at times, you got to work with that tango in a way that's like not you know, too rough here, too fast there, but like working for you both. I don't know what that's like. I'm hearing push pull. I am with the Sun in the Four of Cups. Woo, crazy person in the heart chakra. You gotta clear up, baby. Sun here with Eight of Swords. Okay, so the Magician. For a number of you, here, are you willing to work on me with this? Someone's like holding their hand. They're like facing them face to face. It's time. What do you think? This person's so freaked out. They're like, hold the lens, hold the camera. Just, I don't know. I'm hearing that as well with the Fool in reverse. Oh my, Mother Cups. How many of you are a Scorpio and that's you? How many of you are dealing with a Scorpio and that's you? How many of you are both, actually? Crystal, he showed you some stuff. What did he show you? We gotta know. We all gotta know. Whoa. That was like too mysterious. Okay, I gotta ask. What do you think? Am I gonna ask? I got a rising Scorpio, and I've got my Pluto in Scorpio conjunct my rising in Scorpio. What did he show you? Okay. Let's start. Okay. Okay. Okay, now, Mother of Cups here at the base of the Four of Wands. Someone's waiting for someone, maybe to admit something, maybe to come back. I'm hearing that as well and say, hey, you want to like work on that again? Like, I really miss you. I'm hearing that as well. Like, I want you back. This is like, again, I'm hearing it in this way. Like, it's like a pulsation. Like, I want to physically be with them as well is what I'm hearing with Mother of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune, Scorpio. Let's pull some cards on your past life. Okay. All right. Scorpio is like, listen, Pluto up to bat here. I don't have any qualms about, you know, working with the other time and place that technically, you know, continues into the one that we're in right now. I need to look at that. So listen, I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe someone wants to go real deep with someone and they're just like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. The Hangman here. All right, it could be with your spirit guides as well, and you may be having certain activations just real intense. All right, let's jump into it though. April, May, June, Four of Wands, June, okay, July, Two of Pentacles in reverse, August is the Four of Cups upright, September is the Mother of Cups in reverse. I'm hearing stop there. I'm hearing that, like specifically, like for a number of you, something has, as you feel it, or it has, if it hasn't already gone out of control or out of balance, you feel that it has the potential to, and that's freaky with the Mother of Cups in reverse. For a number of you, you're dealing with a past life soulmate that you know that feeling when you meet someone, you're like, we just have stuff to figure out. I know it. Mother of Cups in reverse. You gotta have boundaries here is what I'm hearing for a number of you. As you feel it, Chariot, you need time possibly apart. I'm hearing that's what Chariot mirroring the Justice card, Tower. Otherwise, what's gonna happen then? We're gonna talk about Two of Swords. And it's gonna be a stalemate conversation actually with Two of Swords, as one might feel it. For a number of you, you feel like you need space to clear your like so-called head with the Chariot mirroring the Justice card, zero to the Tower. For a number of you, there is maybe a really, really strong attraction. I'm hearing that again. The Sun right over the Four of Cups is like even an opportunity, like something that was just like so like, wow, breath of fresh air kind of feeling, but it was too much, like it was too intense. And like sometimes like a lot of a good thing is not like better than a good thing. I'm hearing I'm hearing in moderate form, interesting, like carried out. So someone possibly feels like they want to time something out as well with the Sun in the World and the Judgment card. I would recommend watching the Venus direct reading here for you, Scorpio. It's just coming through in addition to the new moon and Leo reading. There could be further insights there, and your readings can really manifest 6 months in a line. So feel free to periodically come back to readings that you feel guided towards, to watch and see, you know, how it might do. Now for a number of you, you're dealing with some space that it's just like it kind of is cyclical. Okay, it comes and it goes. We leave one another and then we come back. It's like I don't want to break up, but like I don't want to break down. I'm here as well. Ace of Swords upright, Daughter Cups in reverse. So for a number of you, it comes down to your boundaries possibly. I can't speak for everyone, right? General reading. If you like private reading, we can read one-on-one together. Feel free to book via alchemy.com. The link is in the bio box below, and we can get further into it there if you do feel guided, possibly. But the Ace of Swords and the Daughter Cups, like there's uncomfortable silence. I'm hearing those with the High Priest, like someone feels, I just don't know, and that's part of why I hesitate. I don't know what lies outside of the perimeter of the box, so like I kind of don't want to open it. I mean, I kind of don't want to go there. I'm here. I've also kind of gone a little stagnant. I'm having the High Priestess in my own story, huh? So for a number of you, someone is fearing, I'm hearing for it's just coming through rejection. I'm hearing 8 of Wands here, mirroring the Seven of Pentacles, Son of Cups, mirroring the Chariot. Someone may be fearing like taking that step. That feels like a really big move as well, because there is possibly so much that they feel they bring with them, and they might on some intuitive level know, I have to work with my past in order to be ready for my future. Four of Swords in reverse. For a number of reasons, their environment maybe is playing a role in relation to what they feel they can get involved in with the Death card upright as well. So you might be dealing with some kind of concept. It could be you with you yet again, Scorpio. You're dealing with some concept of the past coming up for you. Let's jump into Pisces, live in light too here, Scorpio. Enjoy this period, and thank you all so much as well for your support, your likes, your comments, your shares. If you're not already subscribed and you'd like to get notified of the next few readings, I'm going to be jumping into Uranus readings, Uranus retrograde readings, and we'll be looking more further at length at what might be experienced here up all the way into 2021. If you want to get notified of when I do post those readings, then just also ensure that the little bell icon is hit so you can get notified of exactly when it does go live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love and light to you, and let's jump into Pisces. Oh my god, Pisces, it's funny. For a number of you, okay, I'm here, he's following me, they're following me, Death card. No matter where you look, no matter where you turn, no matter the minute that you also want to release this in space, I'm hearing, there she goes, there she goes. Remember, there he goes again. Like for a number of you, play tradition as you do, but this could be a person, this could be an energy space that just keeps coming up. It keeps also triggering. I'm hearing getting triggered, kind of. Someone keeps talking maybe about a certain space, and it could be even a stranger. You're like, I'm gonna forget about that person. You're like, I need a break from the space. You go to the store, the person in front of you has a London accent. I'm hearing that. I don't know what that's going to do, but it reminds you of them, whatever it is. And it's just like, why? Of all people, like, does London have to follow me like that? I'm hearing that as well. Death upright. Let's clear it. 8 of Swords in reverse. Real overture right now. I'm hearing William, will you please bring me I'm hearing the script. I'm hearing and sign it as Shakespeare. Wow, I'm hearing together. Now, on my wrist, I have the watch, yeah, but I also have this little string of jewelry. It's got these 3 little circles on it, so I don't know what that's linked to, but I'm focusing on that right here. So let's go here. For a number of you, this is you realizing that there is so much more to the story than what has been. And for a number of you, I'm hearing that scares you. Just to be honest here, Pisces, the Son of Cups as well leading out. I'm hearing it's freaky to think. It really is freaky to think that this could be the one. The Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. And for a number of you, you have a connection with someone that is it's just impossible to deny. I'm hearing that at a certain point. The Six of Cups falling on top of the Son of Cups. It's intimate. It's the type of person, the type of connection where when you get together, even after a number of years, it feels like there's no paint on the walls. No time has passed. We have not changed a single thing. They have not changed a single bit. We don't see them as like someone new. Okay, and different suddenly. We have the same feeling also for that space than we did. Than that which we did earlier, I'm hearing in our life together with the daughter. So it's is a very sensitive connection. I'm hearing that as well. Like I see them, they see me. Friend, it could be a child. It's like I know what they're feeling. I know when they're changing their mind about something. Justice and the Three of Cups. I know when they're just joking, when they're just kidding, and when they're like really when they're one second, jaded. I'm hearing that as well with the Son of Cups. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. This could be someone who you work with, actually. It could be a healing connection that you hold with someone. Pisces, Devil upright. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Tower upright. Now, it's not a surprise, right? With Pisces, you are very intuitive. You're a water sign. You've got a lot of water in your chart usually, right? If you are a Pisces sun to begin with. But, you know, if for example, let's say you have Sun Pisces, but you've also got, let's say, a number of other planets. Pisces really have a lot of water in your chart. Even Scorpio, Cancer. Pisces, very, very intuitive. They're very much in touch with the nuances of how they interact also with others on the plane of consciousness with the sun and the force source generally. It's like, I just feel it when like something's up in the universe. Like I just kind of know when it's cloudy out and when everyone feels like they can see clearly. Interesting, Eight of Pentacles in the sun. So for today's way as well. For no one else to say, oh, and like, you know, I'm hearing I could do everything, you could do better. Like, but in the way of saying that you have premonitions possibly from Eight of Pentacles in the sun. Now, for a number of you, it's gone to the point where something has become so important, even like so intense as well, for a number of an emotion, of even a vision, that it's almost like, what am I going to say? I'm hearing as well with the Devil, and it's kind of like inevitable is what I'm hearing with the Death card and the Devil, of an interaction possibly for a number of you. It's like, well, I know I'm going to eventually address this, but it's like, when? I'm hearing that with the Judgment card is really what it comes down to. And there's a little bit of nervousness possibly with that. The Father of Wands in reverse. Some of you, you're meeting someone here. Father of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing 4 million years ago. What? Father of Pentacles in reverse. Father of Wands in reverse. Okay. I'm hearing you're meeting with your higher self. Hold on. I'm hearing fire. Something with fire. I'm hearing dragon as well. Some of you have like North Node, South Node contacts with this person. Heavy. Pluto even on the South Node, for example. Pluto on the North Node. South Node included. Neptune, even most Pluto, even Saturn. There's something that just like you feel them. I'm here. You feel their pain. I'm here as well, especially like when you're around this person. If they're feeling something, you actually feel it. You pick up on it. Emperor here, bright. Remember, it's you with your children. I'm hearing that again. Even you with the change of the environment. I'm hearing the environment. Interesting, emotionally. So it's like you pick up on things in nature. I'm hearing that as well. Pisces, like when you're out and about, it's like you kind of sense the state of things and where they're at, and be it even, you know, animals here with the Three of Cups, and but I'm seeing is like the state of like even weather, nature. I'm hearing it that way. Okay, now Pisces. I'm gonna take a quick look at the chat. Hey Siv. Hello Shalom. Ooh, Mars and Pisces. Wow. Right, Anesa. Oh wow, DM. Yeah, so Ace of Pentacles. I'm hearing unforgettable, like that's what you are. Like someone, they have this, like they're able to even like read their mind, their thoughts, like very, like Son of Cups here is I'm hearing very much also wide-eyed. I'm hearing with the Fool. They're very like curious, they're very open-minded, but they're very also careful with what they do. I'm hearing maybe even within that space. Like, for example, they know, like, and if there's someone with a lot of water on their chart, they're very intuitive, so they're very possibly sensitive, and so they're careful with, let's say, who they let in, what they sort of interact with. And so you know, I'm hearing don't be shy now. Okay, so for a number of you, there is maybe something in the environment that is a little bit scary to address, possibly. Now we'll get further clues onto what that might be. Let's pull monthly cards here for you, Pisces. Actually, we didn't pull yet for the days, so let's pull 11th through the 16th. And for no reason here coming through, you could be on with Scorpio. They got a lot of heat. I'm hearing there's a lot of potential here for possibly to even communicate about some kind of really big storyline manifesting down the future. 6 of Pentacles in reverse, Dot of Pentacles in reverse. 11, 12, 13th is the moon upright. I'm tasting like a cinnamon candy. I don't know what that is, like a spicy cinnamon candy. Okay. 10 of Swords in reverse on the 11, 12, 13, 14th. Then we lead into 15th with the 5 of Cups upright. 16th is the 9 of Cups upright. All right. Sun of Swords at the base of the 9 of Cups. You lead out with the Fury space, as I'm hearing, as one with that of practice. I'm hearing action with the Chariot. You're moving forward. I'm hearing you're finally moving forward. I'm hearing you're making the decision, possibly also to commit to a certain space, maybe to experience it. You're like, hey, that's it. I'm hearing there's no point in like kind of staring at the mirror like it's I'm hearing white and that I don't see the color of my own skin. Interesting. I'm hearing reflecting off of it. Interesting. I don't know what that's. I'm seeing you having looked at a mirror, Scorpio, for like however long, and you're like, it's almost as if it's like as if there was a sheet over the mirror, like, oh, I don't see it. And then all of a sudden you're like, you kind of like have this jolting sort of recognition, maybe of your sub aspects of your being in that way. I don't know what that's going to, but like suddenly you're like, whoa, I'm like a human. I'm hearing that as well. I mean, I'm a person. I'm hearing that as well. 10 of Swords reverse. I need to really see myself in the way, maybe for a number of you. I don't know what that's going to. Did we say Scorpio? Pisces. Now the moon upright in the center of the space. So for a number of you, maybe it's something that you kind of really want to address, and this could even be someone in your midst, somebody who plays a very pivotal role. I'm hearing, again, children. There's possibly a question of where we go, where we move on with this experience too, and they play a really they occupy. I'm hearing a large chunk of. I'm hearing your subconscious. I'm hearing they're in your back end. I'm hearing that you could have, again, very strong connection with this person, moon, to mirroring the Chariot. Let's clear it around. I'm hearing they're mirroring me with the moon. For a number of you, I'm hearing as well. I'm hearing there's a lot of imagination, like, well, what would we do if they were here and there? You could be planning for some kind of storyline here with the Chariot leading out. But there is patience that's needed within this space. It's very sentimental as well, possibly for a number of you. There's a lot, again, of potential. It's like, but we want to call it something sacred as well within that space. We don't want to just like, say, oh, these are the markers. Let's like throw them all around and like just start coloring with them. It's like, maybe this is the way you feel around someone. Now, you could be picking up Pisces on the energy space of another, and again, I'm hearing this is somebody who occupies your consciousness in some ways, your subconscious, like in everything, right? Being a space of intention and thereby potential. Like when you think about something, you're giving it attention, you're giving it, you're kind of feeding it as a seed of a source. I'm hearing. One second. You're seeing it as potential. Interesting. 9 of Swords. So, all right, let's pull for the months here. Pisces, I'm hearing Scorpio again. Someone you're picking up someone's energy. I'm hearing that again. Son of Wands in April. May is the 4 of Wands reverse. June is the 6 of Swords upright. July. Something moved very quickly. Something was very intense for Aries. What I'm hearing as well. And we did have Neptune go retro in June for you. That's your ruler, dear Pisces, at least one of them, right? You're ruled by both Jupiter and Neptune. For a number of you, you were like, what do I do? Do I jump? I'm here. When do I go? What do I do? I'm hearing that. It was like this frantic sort of energy space. And then I'm seeing like all of a sudden, it's like there's a huge wave. You're like, am I gonna surpass it, or am I gonna like subterrane it out? I'm hearing that as well. Like, am I gonna dive in and under the wave, or am I gonna try and like? And for a number of you, I'm seeing like it's interesting. You kind of duck into the wave, and it's like now you're kind of like I'm hearing you're marrying your potential, but from the other angle of the lens. I mean, the other side of the lens. I mean, your perspective. Interesting. Devil in reverse. You're doing some shadow work, possibly the Devil in reverse, Ace of Wands reverse. Now, there's a question of fear here, possibly. I'm seeing that you're kind of wanting to call something out. I'm hearing that as well with the High Priestess upright, 9 of Cups in reverse. Some eye contact here happening with the Son of Wands in April and the High Priestess in July, August, a little bit of June as well. Tail end of June, specifically 27th. I'm hearing that. 25th for a number of you, 21st, 24th. There's something that maybe you kind of like threw out there even as a vision, and you actually ended up throwing out, like look at the 10 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, something that you were like starting up on, and then it's like you kind of like, I'm hearing like mission aborted a little bit. I'm hearing that the 10 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. Now, I'm hearing Farmville can't do everything for me. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. High Priestess. It could be some interactive space, maybe some actual the environment possibly that you're participating in, like kind of. It was possibly a review, something that you felt you got to see beyond that space. I don't know, and take it as you will. But the High Priestess looking at the Son of Wands. I'm hearing I will do that. So that was back in April. Now you have the High Priestess, maybe some reflection of your own potential. I'm hearing that maybe was kind of working in a certain way. I'm hearing and drawn out over time, like in a certain way with the Mother of Wands as well in reverse in April, May, June, July. July, we see the Mother of Wands in reverse. So there's something that you're coming down to. It's like, what can I do? I'm hearing also within this space, it's interesting. Yeah, you're taking a really close look at your environment in relation to your potential. That's really important because, look, we can have an amazing seed, right? That could just lead to this beautiful sort of incarnation of this tree, but what is the soil going to look like? What is the story with the sun and the angle of the sun? Does it work? Does it work for the seed? Like, there's really this question of what can this, I'm here also company do for me? So let's say I'm seeing it like this, like work for a company, right? I'm seeing yellow everywhere. I'm seeing a big yellow banner. This came through another reading. It's like, okay, they can be what they are, like within their own space for themselves, to themselves. But, it could be a great company, for example. Yeah, great company. Okay. But when I look at myself in that space and my personal potential, and that really is what we come down to with another wands, we're looking at ourselves as, I'm here also a human being, interesting, and it's like, well, what do I really need? Mind, body, soul, on every spectrum. Does this space suit me? Does it nurture me? Does it feed me in the many ways, actually, that I do need to be? I'm hearing acknowledge, wow, Six of Cups, like fed, I'm hearing nourished, and that is a very personal question, a very personal answer that only you know the answer to, actually, Pisces, right? Only you know when you're in that space where you're feeling really good and really grounded and really actually appreciated with the Father of Cups and the Father of Pentacles. For a number of you, it comes down to your potential. So for a number of you, you're asking this question, well, what do I want out of this experience, actually? And the only way you can kind of know if a certain space is delivering that to you, right, is to define what it is that you want, and then to define, how well and if it does actually accommodate it. So the Mother of Wands is in reverse, and it's kind of a lot on our plate with the world in reverse. It's like, I need to come out with this. I'm here already. I need to define it. I need to address it. And it's for a number of you, your needs. I need to say that I need this. I'm hearing that as well. And be it to yourself. Ace of Wands at the base of the Sun of Swords. For a number of you, this has to do with your family. I'm hearing that. For a number of you, it has to do with your physical body. For a number of you, I'm hearing it has to do with your coworkers. I'm hearing your industry. I'm hearing your family. Again, for another number of you, Father of Pentacles. I'm hearing, well, they want me to do it like that. And they want me to do that. And they want that. And it's like, I can't just go on like that. I'm hearing that as well. Temperance in reverse. For a number of you, one second. You're talking to your spirit guides in this space. Yes, I'm hearing evolution, keep evolving. I'm hearing that with the Death card in reverse as well. I'm hearing letter M, May. There's something in May here with the Death card in reverse. Some kind of shift, maybe even in energy pivot. We had a number of cycles. We had Venus, I think, begin to move into retrograde station in May. So there are a few things possibly brought forward, even from childhood, from the subconscious, that really felt. Yeah, we're changing the page with that. Temperance here, looking back at the Death card. For a number of you, wow. Pisces, I'm hearing angels are abound. I'm hearing they're in your house as well. I don't know if that's only two. Yeah, the Ace of Wands in reverse. This is in August. I'm hearing because I'm saving all my love for you. And I'm also hearing I'm saving save the last dance for me. I think this is Josh Groban. Ace of Pentacles, I'm hearing the Ace of Wands in reverse. Now, yeah, I'm hearing love me, say that you love me, fool me. Sun here, leading you out. Pisces, the minute you define what's out of order, the minute you can start to service it back up and get it running again. The Death card in reverse, Ace of Pentacles upright. I'm hearing my parents. There's something you feel you have to address. It comes down to that. It's really for a number of you feel, blah. Do I have to really go back and like dig all that stuff up and like do all that stuff and then blah, 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 blah. Justice in reverse. Listen, I'm hearing at the end of the day, it's a matter of what is my weakest link so that I can define it, address it, and then move into my light. I'm hearing that as well with the Sun, my potential, my power, ultimately with the Sun. So it's really a space of empowerment, even if there are chapters and cycles that we really don't want to have to write, out that whole thing that happened with that one character as well is what I'm hearing. So maybe for any of you, possibly there are cycles or chapters that experiences, you in a way where, you kind of feel, well, I want to address, I'm feeling activation in the crown chakra. For a number of you, it's something you feel, I have to like relive it, I have to review it so that I can actually set the stage with it and with intention, right? So maybe something has kind of been just like, I don't want to say subsisting, but it's a very powerful aspect of your psyche. And it's like, I have to come to that point where I can say what it is even. And, why maybe I have trouble with it. Interesting. They're right there. The Fool leading out. For a number of you, I'm hearing you're falling in love with yourself again. The Ace of Pentacles, the Fool, possibly for a number of you. There is also, I know I take you to a Pisces, right? But there is a possibility on the horizon where you're like, okay, it's coming down to it. I have to address it as that. All right. For a number of you, someone here possibly wants to also communicate something to you. They want to connect with you. I'm hearing that with the Son of Cups and the Four of Cups. I'm hearing orgasm as well, but this is later down the line. I'm hearing in December. I'm hearing that the Son of Cups, and that date came through. I think it was for. I'm hearing former colleague's boss as well. I'm hearing Sarah with the Son of Cups. I don't know. I'm saying as well, but this came through. I think for the sign of Aries. So There could be something evolving, you know, over time down the line. Yep, Ace of Pentacles, something that maybe even you will eventually be working on with someone, and you kind of like have that premonition. Thank you for tuning in, Pisces. Thank you for connecting to you. Now let's jump into Aquarius. I'm hearing that song by Adele. So what if I never love again? Yeah, so what? So what if that does happen? I'm hearing that. The Temperance card. Interesting. Dear Aquarius, welcome. Right off the bat, I'm hearing that maybe you're working within a certain space that is starting to bring certain questions up. Really for review. Maybe even certain memories. For no reason, this is about therapy work with the Daughter Cups upright. Is it Pentacles in reverse? Maybe working with someone who's got a lot of Sag in the chart. There's an activation that's part of your chart. I'm thinking back to the Sag full moon eclipse, actually. Full moon was a new moon, full moon eclipse. That was back in May, June. Yeah, we had like 14 readings that were done out there for Sagittarius. So I don't know what that's linked to, but something maybe around that period of time can really be coming up for review here with the Sun of Cups, High Priest, and the Four Cups. So for a number of you, I'm seeing there's a really big focus on shifting the vibe. Now, I don't know what that means for everyone, but really sort of changing the pace also with what you may have been experiencing up to this point with the Daughter Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Temperance card, Daughter Cups, Ace of Pentacles, I'm hearing the letter R really strong. I'm seeing two R's, two capital R's. For a number of you, you're working with someone in this space. It could be a teacher, a healer. What does that mean? What is the role of a healer? What does it mean to heal? Is it possible to heal something? Okay. But for a number of you, feeling some pressure on the crown chakra on the right side, on the left side of the body as well. There's something you might want to get checked out. I don't know what that's going to, but just kind of clear. I'm hearing the aura as well. And it may be helpful maybe to work with someone there on that. And I'm feeling really strong pressure like on the left side of the body going down the left side. So something as well on the crown chakra on the right side. Something for a number of you might be having an activation. There's something that maybe feels like a little out of balance. You're like, maybe I should get it checked out. I don't know. I'm hearing that with the Temperance card upright, Daughter Cups. So maybe for a number of you, this is something psychological as well. You know, left brain, right brain, sort of, you know, wanting to balance also your perspective and physical form, right? It's preceded by energy. So working with the energy system and grid of what I'm hearing you want can be really helpful. Like questioning, okay, asking questions of, well, why do I do also what I do? And am I in full state of awareness with what the story feels like for me? I'm hearing that with the Temperance. When you're involved in some project even, you know, kind of seeing yourself clearly in that space as, this is why I'm here, and that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm here as well. That's what I want to do, maybe in that space. So setting your vision, I'm here as well, very important with the Temperance card. Kind of setting the stage with your intention, I'm hearing, and ultimately your potential, really important. So kind of setting the stage as well with a sort of parameter of your priorities, also very important. So maybe you are working with someone in this space, even like really very heavily actually, where they can actually help you in aligning with your vision. For a number of you, this might be a space that you're really working on, clearing. Even with the High Priestess, you'll be working with an astrologer is what I'm hearing, even a medium, a guide. Maybe you're working on some program. I'm hearing 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, just as a space of empowerment. Very much so with the Strength card reverse, like self-improvement, empowerment. I'm hearing that with the High Priestess. Now, I'm here, are you ready? 9 of Swords and a Son of Pentacles. Someone comes through here, they got some kind of opportunity for you. Ace of Wands, very exciting, extremely. It's kind of like, okay, we ripped the Band-Aid off. Now we can work on it. I'm hearing that as well. Kind of feeling with the Son of Pentacles. And the Four Cups in reverse. This can be something that somebody wants to work on with you. I'm hearing 666. Daughter Wands in reverse. Okay. World and the Hangman. I'm hearing high. Someone's so nervous. When someone goes up to someone in a hallway, hey, they like knew it was time. It was like no other time than now to address this as well. Let's pull the cards for each of the days for you, Aquarius, and we'll see what comes through. Do you mind if I take a little spoon of this? It's like this it's a gluten-free granola mix, and it's like hemp milk. Dribble all the way down. For a number of you, I'm hearing you want to balance something. I'm hearing that again. For a number of you, I'm hearing your mind with your body. I'm interesting. I'm hearing also your diet, actually. For a number of you, I'm hearing children. Okay. Now, for a number of you, Aquarius, it comes down to timing. I'm hearing, when are we going to discuss it? Like, it's something that you feel you give so much attention to, like in some kind of way, naturally. Like you really care about this space. Give me just a quick second. I'm hearing yes, and I'm hearing it's so important. So hold on. For a number of you, there is possibly something that you feel you care. I'm hearing you care a lot about some kind of space here. It could be even a person you feel there's a lot of potential. Like if you think about the space, you think of potential. I'm hearing that ultimately. Son of Cups as well, and the Daughter of Cups and the Ace. But it's kind of like, for a number of you, very sacred. You don't want to just jump into it, okay, and just ride on stage and start rolling around. I'm hearing and about with the idea, the Hierophant and the Nine of Cups. It's like something that you maybe want to take on gradually. Aquarius, let's take a quick little break, and then we'll jump into the rest of your reading here. And if you don't get notified of the lives, just ensure that the bell icon is you've clicked on that, and that you're subscribed, so that once I do jump back on, you can get notified if you do feel guided. But for a number of you Aquarius, there is something that you've really possibly been working with over time as well. Love and light to you. Bye, you guys.